The president appointed a complete lunatic to be in the communications department at the White House. This guy's so crazy, they had to delete 2,000 of his tweets. Except guess what? Even when you delete tweets, they're still around, and we're going to tell you what some of them said. You won't believe it. We talked about Tyler Cherry, this guy that Biden just appointed to be the third in line at the White House. That's him. He's wearing a lady's top, makeup, earrings, and a dress. He's a trans nut. He's not a nut because he's trans. That's another thing. I'm not going to give you my opinion of that insanity. But he's on the White House communications team as an associate communications director for the entire White House. And that's a very serious job. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about this on Tuesday, that for some reason, this White House hires crazy people and on a regular basis. But this guy is not just crazy. He's filled with hate. After he was appointed, we talked about this on Tuesday, over 2,000, not 200, 2,000 of his tweets came down because they were so horrific. It was so embarrassing for President Biden that he appointed this guy that they figured, well, we'll just disappear the tweets. Except people save that stuff, right? Let me read you some of his tweets.
And really quick, you know, a lot of people don't know this. When you go on X and you delete your post and people have already commented on it, you can go and still see it. And it says this post has been deleted. So you can screenshot it at that point. So once you put it out there, the world has it.
Well, that's probably what happened. And thanks for, because I didn't understand how they did it.
Yeah.
Over 2,000 were deleted this week. Listen to what some of them said. This is on @TylerA.Cherry. It's got his picture with his earrings. Police equal slave patrols. All police. So that was part of his abolish the police. Voter ID equals poll taxes. NAACP bombing equals Ku Klux Klan's bombings. Neither slavery nor Jim Crow were that long ago. We just evolved. I don't know what that means. Here's another one. About time to recall the modern day police system. It's a direct evolution of the slave patrol and lynch mobs. All police are out to lynch people. How about this one? As well for queer people of color in the intersectional role that race and sexuality play in police brutality in healthcare. I'm not quite sure what that means, except that I think he's saying that police target people that are sexually of his persuasion, I think. And then his last tweet, abolish ICE. So, which is Immigration Customs Enforcement. Right. So he wants open borders. He doesn't want any police. He doesn't want any police enforcement. And the outcry was just an avalanche, even from Democrats who couldn't defend this lunatic. So he said a couple days ago, past social media posts from when I was younger do not reflect my current views, period.
It looks like it does.
And he hasn't changed his attire.
I mean, it looks like it does.
And Will, he was younger yesterday. So I'm not exactly sure when his completely insane personal views have changed. But it was previously. Last year, Tuesday, this morning, I don't know. And guess what? He's still in the White House. He's still working there. And it reminds me, go ahead.
I was going to say because he meets the prerequisites for holding that job. Look at Karine Jean-Pierre. Karine Jean-Pierre probably gave him a, great recommendation for the job before he took it.
She works under him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she probably gave him a great recommendation before he took the job. Like, oh, he would be just wonderful for this job. He'd be wonderful for this position.
Well, it's
Rome all over again.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Maybe worse because, the other day when they had whatever you call it, Gay Pride Decade.
It's still going on.
Yeah. And the vice president and her husband greeted this guy at the White House who was in a dress and high heels and earrings and lipstick and a beard. And gave him a big hug.
What a role model they're sending to our children, Barry. This is so wonderful. It's so great. They're so compassionate. They're bringing light to the White House, Barry. This is so great. Keep your
Well,
children away, but this is so
yeah,
great.
think about this, and then we'll move on. If you've got to take your little kids away from the television because the TV is showing somebody like this working for the president, directly for the president of the United States, because you're embarrassed for your country, let alone what the other countries must be thinking about your country.
Yeah.
That's not okay. This is not a Dragon Queen show at the local library. This is the White House.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think any of us are really surprised. I mean, look at all of the. I mean, look what was it with Richard Levine, or whatever his name is.
It's Rachel, you hater.
Hey, I could have been talking about somebody else.
Yeah, you mean
no, but look at this. I mean, yeah,
the man in a dress.
Yep.
That's running the health services for the United States.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. And then the guy was Sam Bankman. What was his name? Sam
Brinson, the one that stole all the dresses.
Yeah, look, that's another example too.
He was nuclear waste for the United States. Been arrested 3 times for stealing at airports and walking around in dresses.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with him. And then then he got caught stealing all of this luggage, and it just become too much. See, most of the time, I always say this: demons will protect demons. They protected him as long as possible, but then it was like, okay, look, dude, you're stealing luggage. Now, if you were stealing luggage from MAGA Republicans, then we most definitely support you. But he was stealing luggage from a black woman. He stole luggage from a
mad.
And then he was wearing her dress, and she's like, "That's my dress."
I know.
I mean, you can't make it up. This is like a whole sitcom. You can't make it up.
If I was Trump at the debate, I know he's not going to do this. I mean, if he showed up with some little 8x10 cards and said, "Biden appointed this guy. Biden appointed this guy. Biden appointed this guy.
Yeah.
Biden appointed this guy. Keep your children away." I mean, that's powerful. The message would be in the picture. Of course, he'd be accused of being, a hater and a bigot.
Homophobic.
Blah, blah, blah.
But then actually, really quick, if I can, I saw a clip yesterday. We're on the Communist News Network, and I think it was Aaron Burnett was showing it. And someone asked a question to President Trump. What does he think about Taylor Swift? Why the person asking him that question is kind of beyond me. Who cares about Taylor Swift? But he answered the question. He said, "I think she's a beautiful woman." He said, I think from what I remember, he said that she's liberal, but she's a beautiful woman. Like, he just left it at that. He won't say anything bad about her. And you know what they're probably saying now? Because he said that she's a beautiful woman. Oh, I bet you Trump wants to grab it.
Great. Absolutely great.